Okay, it's 1:38 p.m. Thursday, August 17th. And I just ate some like perfectly ripe, fresh cantaloupe that I just cut into. So I shared half of that with my neighbor. So he'll enjoy that. And he's not feeling very well, so him and his friend Karen will enjoy that, I'm sure. 4 giant, delicious wedges of perfectly... Oh, I love dicing it up and putting it in a mixture of fresh... Well, I prefer lime juice, but you can use lemon juice or whatever. But really good honey mixed with lime juice. And then you put the chopped up cantaloupe, cubed up cantaloupe mixed in with that. Oh my gosh, and then the juice afterwards, it's so good. So anyway, excuse me, I'm going to share quickly, just quickly. I say that and then it's like 38 minutes later, I'm like, 52 minutes later, I'm like, huh? Okay, so I want to share the cards that flipped out. Basically. Okay, so let me see. Does that get darker? Okay. So when I hold them, so I wonder if I should turn the light on. This deck is ending up to be pretty magical. So I'm gonna pull from the decks I just got. 1, 2, 3. So I guess yeah, just this one tarot deck, and then there's 4 oracle decks. So try to get just one card from each deck, but this is such a beautiful deck, and all the sayings of like the philosophers that I've studied and stuff. So it's bringing me back, art appreciation class, and so okay, these are the ones. And they flipped over, turned around, flipped out. There was one chunk that I believe did it have 3 or 4 cards together, and then the last 2 that flipped out, it's funny because, okay, so I was like, okay, let's just wrap it up. One more maybe. So that was on the top. So when I saw the Chariot, immediately, for whatever reason, well, I know the reason, but immediately I thought, ooh, all revved up. I'm like, Chariot card is like giving me all revved up message right there. And there was confirmation, because with the 5 of Cups, this is like that yearning. It could be like crying over spilled milk. But what I'm getting from this 5 of Cups this time is like yearning that lost past love that you just, your life would just be so good right now if you could just have them, in your physical presence. So this is that emotion of like longing, aching, yearning. But with this, it like makes it a very eager, energetic, all, all revved up kind of a thing. So, because I just immediately got that from the Chariot, and then when I saw the 5 of Cups behind it, I'm like, yeah, all revved up, nowhere to go. Kind of a thing. Oh well. So what came out? Some very good divine feminine cards. So we have, okay, the Empress, High Priestess. Okay, so like when one flipped out, I think one was at the bottom and called to me, and then another one was at the top called. So the Emperor and Emperor, Emperor and Empress, it could be 2 emperors, whatever, 2 empresses, doesn't matter, whatever, the energy. Okay, so, but we have the Emperor card here for the masculine, okay? And the Knight of Swords. And for the feminine, we have the Queen of Swords. And I'm a little older than my twin, but... And then we have the Empress and the High Priestess. Okay, so these are very spiritual, okay? She's very intellectual. The Most High level of intelligence also encompasses a very high level of spirituality. So the Queen of Swords is also very much in tune with her intuition, her feminine creative energy. Okay. She processes things through her mind. You know, the filter of the mind. So the intuition, the creative energy, you know, that higher spiritual awareness. This is all beautiful, noble goddess. Okay, that's what the feminine is embodying or gearing up to embody. Gearing up to embody. Wrong italic on the wrong emphasis, wrong, yeah, okay, so because these two cards, I kind of feel like the masculine and feminine, maybe for the feminine, she just maybe craves touch, romance, stuff like that, and the masculine is really, you know how it is. So so then we have over here okay, so I'll show you. Let me show you these three. So with the Eight of Wands, Ten of Swords, and the Tower, that right there is telling me that he really wants to make this quantum leap to being, you know, utilizing, you know, some real dynamic masculine energy, really tapping into the divine masculine force to embody the essence of that Emperor, a fiery masculine passion. So with a swiftness and a quickness, he really wants this shit to end and get the fuck out of his life. Sorry, but Ten of Swords, Tower card, Eight of Wands, he wants it out. He wants it out now. He wants it to be completely over, done, finished, whatever it is. A karmic, a job, a place where he's living that's not, you know, allowing him to have his sacred space. Whatever it is. He's aware of the fact that it's not serving him. He's done. He wants it out. He wants it out now. He doesn't care what it takes. He's willing to brace himself and, like, hit the decks. Thank you. Thank you, team. Hit the decks. What's your mama say? Bite the bullet? That's like, these are like the things that are kind of coming in. This is the energy. Bite the bullet. Hit the decks. You know? Like, it's like, the bomb sirens, the routine at school when you got to get under the table and you just got to, like, brace yourself and be calm, and you know it might be you might get punched in the face. Who knows? You know, karmic or whoever, or karmic boyfriend, brother, whatever, whoever, whatever. You never know. Drama. It could be drama, but they're prepared for the extreme. Whatever, because they're ready to drop these swords and live more in their heart. So they have to clear this shit out, and they want it out with a swiftness. Because they want to be this Knight of Swords, this Emperor. So, should. Queen of Swords, okay. So then we have the Page of Cups and Knight of Cups. So I'm really getting that, like, the Divine Masculine. A lot of Divine Masculine because, except for these last two, I think, in our own way, the feminine and the masculines are revved up, you know, ready for physical touch, romance, communication, being in each other's physical presence, being in each other's lives in some dynamic. That's really going to help fuel this this energy. You know, this Knight of Swords is here, so it's a very dynamic, it's not just like peaceful, centered, and it's a very dynamic, passionate, okay, it's very balanced, yet it's like, I keep getting this, like, this moon presence, noble goddess, like, passionate, creative goddess, but very calm, graceful, intelligent, spiritual. So, just like that moon, this is the essence that I'm getting. So, this big presence, but like, so like a Leo energy, but not like batting things around, not the roar of the lion, but like the stature, the silhouette of the lion, the like, not magnificence, what's the word? It's just the majesty, that majestic stature, just still, proud, chin up, strong in your presence, okay, but not roaring, or just still, peaceful, balanced, centered, but very a presence, right? So that's the Chariot with that Knight of Swords energy, and then we have Emperor, Empress, so it's like really high vibration. Knight of Cups, Page of Cups, Two of Cups, Four of Wands, the Star card, the Magician, Ace of Pentacles. So he really wants, he's eager to, like, okay, what do I need to do? How do I need to pray? Teach me how to manifest, please, universe. You know, teach me how to pray. What you know, teach me how to ask for things properly. But what do I need to do? Be grateful, vibrate. He wants to learn. He wants to know. He's eager. He's ready. He needs to know this stuff. Like, he knows that it's vital at this point. So he's just like, no holds barred at this point. He's like ready to, I know what I want. Two of Cups, Four of Wands, Knight of Cups, Page of Cups. He wants this dynamic, passionate love, but very innocent. And look at the Page of Cups. See him coming in. She's just restful, centered, balanced, you know, grounded. That noble goddess, greens, you know, goldy browns. And he's like, he's got his wings on that are very much like iridescent peacock type, which is very masculine medicine that the peacock brings, you know, that showy, masculine, like that lion, but standing proud, right? Being the heart of the lion. So, not the roar, right? This is that fuchsia color and like indigo or violet, so these higher chakras, okay, the third eye, the crown chakra, he's coming in like with full awareness, okay, and all we need to do is just rest our mind and know that this is coming, okay. When he's ready, he'll come, and he will come like this, okay. We don't need to worry, you know. It's just that, what painting is this? Let me see. Cupid and Psyche, or like the Psyche, you know, Cupid and Psyche. Okay, so that's like the heart, the brain, and the heart. So, you know, having these things connected, you know, there's the Knight of Swords, but there's also the Knight of Cups. You know, there's the Emperor and the Empress. the High Priestess, but then there's this Queen of Swords. So she's very logical, but very in tune with her intuition, very in tune with her femininity. I said I was going to make this quick. I apologize. So just the Star, the Magician, Ace of Pentacles, he really wants to manifest this new beginning, and he wants the universe to teach him how to do that. Listening to the higher self, letting the Holy Spirit, the Divine Mother, guide you with unconditional love, the Star card. You know, the power of prayer, faith, the gifts of being faithful, the fruits of faith. So, you know, and Four of Wands, Two of Cups. All right, so I mean, he really wants this. He's really ready to learn how to achieve this, to heal and grow and get to a certain level, do whatever he needs to do to get to the point where he can set the intention to manifest this and achieve this and have this as a part of his physical reality. And I can't read all the sayings on here, but so let's see what comes back up. So maybe 18. Okay, I'll try to make it kind of like short. I don't know how many cards will come out, but so get down on the table there a little bit. I got this at the thrift store, $2, and I got this at the thrift store, $2. Guess where it's made? Brazil, just like those knives, Tramontina. Okay, and the maker's son is Evo, Tramontina. Evo's my twin. He's Pisces moon. I saw this, I thought, oh my gosh, that's a wedding vessel. Anything that's like a figure 8 or a circle is what they call a wedding vessel. Just like a wedding ring, you know, circle, that eternal commitment. Okay, so, and then at the top you can see it's like a fish. Okay, it's kind of like a DNA swirl, the Kundalini, figure 8, infinity, you know, and it's the fish, Pisces, the pair of fish. Okay, my twin's moon sign is Pisces, and I just have a very deep connection with Pisces. So, and it goes so perfectly, the iridescence with the bismuth. So I showed that in the last video, but that's bismuth right there, just being its organic self, single atom, uninfluenced by any other energy, standing in its truth, in its own authenticity, maintaining and sustaining its own energies, and when it needs replenishment, it goes to its source. It doesn't give its power away, and it doesn't need to suck energy from anything. Because when you go to source, there's no sucking. It just overflows and flows all through you, all over you. You're just like drowning in it. So, yeah. All right. Oh, but the thing about this, and I got a silk scarf from the thrift store before too. Those are even cheaper than $2. But you can see it's a double Vajra, just like the scarf too. But anyway, Vajra, okay, the Vajrayana, the esoteric Buddhism, very near and dear to my heart. Padmasambhava, right? Rainbow. So, rainbow, baby. So that and the fish, okay, so, and a pair of pants for my son, $2. They were all $2, $2. I got 3 things, $2 each. So, that was pretty magical. And just the whole fact that, okay, double Vajra, the fish, okay, well, it looks like one fish head, but it's like, okay, 2 lips, but 2 lips. So, oh, that reminds me, that's what I was going to talk about. So I had a dream or well, part of the dream. A couple few nights ago. So a Virgo that I was with for 9 years, and his last name is. This just came to me. It might have crossed my mind before, but it never stuck, I guess, because it seemed like it was for the first time. But his last name it means Mu Sin. Okay, it's an Italian. He's half Russian, half Italian. So his dad's Italian. Muzzin or Muzin. So it's Mu, like M-U, like Lemuria, and Sin, well, Z-I-N, but Sin, S-I-N, same thing, is like the moon, okay? Sin, the sea, the well, all these different things for the womb, the mother, the dark mother, the matter, the moon, everything. There's a million different ways, just like names for God, okay? So I'm having this dream that okay, and here's this mischievous energy coming in. I'm like, where is this? Okay, so it started to creep in. And we're kind of being like intimate a little, just like, yeah, there was like, not intercourse and stuff involved, but it's just, I guess, because I was just with him for so long, but it really felt like he was embodying like the energy that I wished my twin would, but there wasn't that like passion there that if it was my twin, you know what I mean? It was, but it felt comfortable and stuff like that, but it was like, okay, no, it's not my twin, it's not a, but he was kind of being sneaky, like he was going to my shoe and didn't know I was looking, but kind of didn't really care because he wasn't really trying to hide it that much. So he was like he had something hidden, like stuck in my shoe, and he bent down to like grab it and stuff, and he caught me like observing, and he like pulled out this white box, like a what a ring would be in, like a little jewelry box, when you buy a ring, an expensive ring. Or just a ring, whatever. But, and he was born on September 11th, okay, and 911, that 9/11, 1s and 9 combination, that's been coming to me recently. So, and the fact that 9, okay, moves and Sin, we were together 9 years. 9 is the gestation period for pregnancy. Okay, he's Virgo. Okay, my twin's Virgo. Anyway. So, that was a few nights ago, and then, was it yesterday? Maybe the day before. So this dream was probably 3 nights ago, and then the next day at the thrift store, because this thrift store trip was like 2 days ago, I think. That's when I found the double Vajra and the wedding vessel. So, whew, the little pants that I got my son are like, they're like for later warm when it gets a little colder, but they're like lined with cotton on the inside and then like that parachute material. Okay, here's Judgment. We have. So, and his pants were camouflage, so it's kind of like that being sneaky with something, but. So use good judgment if you're trying to, make sure, if someone really doesn't like surprises, make sure it's because they're not going to have like a panic attack and like faint or something, make sure it's because they're just like playing the martyr or whatever, but. So Judgment, oh, this is Moon. I was just talking about that by Thomas Hans. Is that what it says? It's so small. It's I apologize. It's hard to read. I believe it says Thomas Hans, but anyway, it's called just Moon, not the Moon, just Moon, simply Moon. And it looks kind of like a crown, but like almost like a toroidal crown, but it's not finished. I don't know if it's going to come up on there. Oh, there we go. See that? So it's like has all those squares like the masculine, but it's round and flowing like the feminine. And you can't really tell. It's like, I want to say it's a man, but then it's like, it's hard. It's not really masculine or feminine. You know, it's kind of both. You know, so, and it's true because in in everything, the Divine Mother, the feminine, the moon is in men and women. So, you know, maybe there's some judgment with females being masculine and males being feminine. Even a male could be masculine and be gay. A woman can be feminine and be gay. A woman could be masculine and be straight, which is what I am. I feel I'm very, you know, I can really tap into that masculine quick, like be solution oriented, get fired up, get things done, switch out a toilet, blah, whatever, you know, like I can really go there. I can get that. It probably, like, definitely more so than my twin, even though I haven't been in contact with them, so, you know, I can't make that assumption, but, you know, from what I've seen. And I don't have a problem with that. I really don't. I enjoy building, creating, making food, you know, not all the time, but so just wanted to break that up a little bit while we're talking, and then I'm holding the cards, so we're getting the energies flowing. So yeah, of course in society there's judgment about masculine, feminine, what it means to be a woman, what it means to be a man, what it means to be gay, straight. Okay, so these three came out. Oh, here's the High Priestess again. Dude, and this, okay, Lao Tzu, and this came up again every time. This is the third time I've used this deck. 1, 2, 3, yeah, so each time. High Priestess. She always comes up. I swear to like every reading that there's a High Priestess. So, 5 of Wands. I was going to read. The universe is transformation. Our life is what our thoughts make it. That's Marcus Aurelius. And there's a book, former friend, I would say, gave to me that I believe is Marcus Aurelius, that was given to him, that I believe might be a original print of whatever the book is, but it's quotes from Marcus Aurelius, a collection of his writings. So or his quotes, whatever, you know, I didn't research him too much, but isn't he like the Greek guy, whatever? So the universe is transformation. Our life is what our thoughts make it. That's right. It starts with a thought, and you can make it whatever you want. The universe transforms it. Okay, it's there to help you mold into existence the things that you want in your reality, in your story. The High Priestess at the center of your being, you have the answer, you know who you are, and you know what you want. That's Lao Tzu. So the High Priestess, she knows, and she doesn't have an explanation, and she doesn't feel she needs to explain it. Okay, so people's approval is neither required nor desired. That was in a movie. I think it was the Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. When the Southern Belle said that, like, something to that effect, if that's not verbatim, but yeah, your approval is neither required nor desired. Right? I do me. The high priestess, I do me. And see, here's the moon on the judgment card. Isn't that interesting? Okay. So, intuitively, she knows how to heal. Okay. She's the shaman too, herbal shaman, the animal medicine, totem medicine, from the messages from the ether. Okay, the things down here on the earth. She's an ether and an earther, so she just knows those special brews, herbal teas. What she knows how to detox, how to cleanse, how to fortify. Those whatever is lacking in her diet. She knows how to forage. We're going to get back to all that stuff. We know how to identify trees and collect the bark properly and respectfully and all this stuff, okay? This is not just healing, but this is how we prevent disease. This is not just preventing disease, but this is just boosting ourselves. That's like what those superfoods do, right? So, so I think the feminine really just needs to trust that, so that so that she can allow it to evolve and take on a life of its own. If you don't trust it, it's not gonna grow. So if you trust your intuition, it's gonna take you in so many different directions: automatic art and writing, intuitive nutrition, intuitive art, music, okay. Intuitive parenting, you know what I'm saying? Intuitive healthcare, all this stuff. So, intuitive medicine, whatever. And the divine masculine really needs to trust his ability to overcome adversity. And really ground, like that lion, okay? Not the roar. That's the distortion. The roar distortion. So the divine masculine, okay, and within men and women, okay, but the one who really embodies this, really wants to perfect this within. And perfect just means willing to surrender to the path of evolving in this way, overcoming things and being made stronger. So this is what we do all along the path. Each lesson brings this, a higher and deeper level of this each time. So he really, since it's 5 of Wands, really fiery, struggle, but through struggle, like when you, with natural disaster and all these things that happen, and even rioting and, the pillaging and plundering and all this stuff. Okay, so, but there's a healing time, and people come together when it settles down, and there's more people that help restore things than the ones that tore it down. So, and the people who might have been destructive come around, and they come back around and help restore and rebuild. That's one of the things, is like, he's like, how do I make things right? How do I get on this path? I want my life to be good. How do I do that? How do I do that? By making things right. Whatever it is, if you owe someone a couple $100, just so you can have that relief, so when you go take yourself out to eat, you don't have that looming over your head of that guilt of like, oh, I shouldn't be taking myself out to eat, I owe this person $200. Just, being that man of honor, man of strength, courage, passionate, desires his woman, all that, but just really ground it and know that whatever comes up, he can tap into this energy of the King of Pentacles and really ground himself into the earth. Tap into that, the heart of the lion, not the roar, right? That majestic stature. And he's kind of like, he's approaching it very carefully, right? Which way to go with it. His hands are behind his back. He's not trying to fight, and he's just receiving the information, observing the situation, so he knows what to do with it and how to maneuver through the energies so that it ends up not being a detriment, but propels him further on his path, okay? Makes him feel more and more like he's embodying more and more this divine masculine, okay? Look at the stature here. See all the red really grounding down into, and that red and white, that's pure, you know, that's the spirit, the Holy Spirit, the pure divine mother, okay? That's the blood that unites us as humans. That's our flesh. That's our experience here, okay? So the human spirit, okay, grounding that spirit into form. Your body, your blood as a channel for your higher self, God, source, creator, your benevolent team, the Holy Spirit, Divine Mother. Okay? That's what the King of Pentacles does. So it's already that's why I wanted to do this reading right after that, because I really felt it for me. Okay, I resonated with it, but I also felt it was a bigger message. It's like this big energy that's very calm, centered. That I just keep seeing this lion. Like, I have a card in the, I think it's the Shadowscapes deck, where it's just like standing on the edge of this, like, it's just like that stature. Okay, that power of just like, you don't even know, like, it's not growling, it's not nothing, so you don't fuck with it. It's just like, that's some power. You just respect the majesty of that, right? So the divine masculine craves that so much. So he wants to know what he can do to embody these dynamics so that he commands that respect, that he commands that attention from his partner, from his family, his children, his co-workers, okay? He wants that respect as a divine masculine, as a human being. First of all, there's a lot of that we need to do first, but you know, whereas before they might not have cared. They're like, yeah, I'm a piece of shit, I don't give a fuck, you know. But now they really care about, not that you should care what other people think, but the people that know you and love you unconditionally, who aren't judging you, right, are gonna, you may not like what they have to say, but then you realize, well, they love you unconditionally because they're still in your life, they still care about you. So maybe you should listen to what they have to say. So, maybe they have some people in their lives, feminine and masculine, I think both are getting some people that are just, you know, letting them know some truths from a place of unconditional love. But it might not be something that's all fluffy and nice, but it's going to help them, you know, realize what they really want. You know, they want love in their life. They want, and I'm talking either twin, they want love. They want their financial worries to dissipate a little bit. Okay, yeah, because here's the Knight of Pentacles and Strength. So, yeah, he's like slow to advance maybe. He wants to get to the King of Pentacles so that he can really, because then he can really face challenges a lot with more ease, I think. Coming from a place of, because he's not coming from a place of lack, like, oh my god, my bills aren't paid, and I have to deal with this drama, and I don't have a sacred space to meditate, and, okay, so he just wants to get to King of Pentacles so he can face that Five of Wands and be like, no problem when stuff comes up. It's just like when you're in love, you know, it's like, you just want that for everyone, and you don't, I mean, And I feel like I don't have to have a partner to feel like that. You can feel like that without having a partner. So, but when you feel so good and you know God and you love God so much and you know God's love, you just want everyone to know that. You want everyone to feel that. So he wants to get to this place where drama is no problem because his life's good. Bills are paid. He has his twin flame. His life's good and flowing. He has respect. That's self-actualization stuff, okay? But, maybe it's a little bit, he's got to be a little strong. Okay, and here's the strength card, and I kept getting Lion, Leo. He's a Leo rising. My son's a double Leo. Same life path number, 7, both of them. All our names mean the same, blah, blah, blah. I've said that a million times, so. But with the strength card, Knight of Pentacles, there's maybe some slow, gradual, but it's progressing, but it's maybe not going as fast as he would like because I think he's pretty eager to get things going. So it's like, here's the strength card. That's what I was saying, like that power, but like calm, centered, okay, that figure 8, that's in the strength card, and that wedding vessel, right? So he really wants to be there so he can be manifesting from his heart, that King of Pentacles, but I think he's kind of at the Knight. But he has the King of Pentacles energy in his sights. Okay, and he's progressing towards being that and embodying that, but it's just maybe some slow going. So he's being strengthened and fortified a little bit during this time. Not getting what he wants right away, okay? Having to learn patience. So you have to go without for a while in order to know what it's like to have your needs met, so that you can always remain in gratitude. Okay, so let's shuffle a little bit more and see what else comes out. And I might, I think I'm going to do an oracle reading separate since I shared the other one and that was like almost 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So this will be the tarot portion, and then I'll do the oracle portion. I might do that tomorrow if I don't get to it today. But that'll go with this reading. I might just leave the cards out, the tarot cards. So let's see, let's get one more, or let's get just, maybe a couple cards, or 2 or 3, whatever, it doesn't matter, but let's get one more, because obviously the Divine Feminine is really, don't judge yourself, don't question your abilities, don't judge yourself because you hear your parents in your head, you hear your, high school counselor in your head, you hear your ex-boyfriend, that's why he's your ex, okay? Don't listen to these people, listen to yourself, your intuition, okay? Stop doubting your, these nudges, these quiet little, these inklings, these nudges, your dreams. It's hard to say dreams because dreams can be so powerful, but people say, I don't remember my dreams. Well, try not saying I don't remember my dreams and see what happens. I'll catch myself doing that too, yeah, I'm not really feeling blah, 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 blah anymore, like a certain type of food or what, and then I'm like, you know what, I'll just not attach myself to any preference and just go with what I feel in the now and in the moment. So, we'll see if any more cards come out here. And then maybe I'll pull a clarifier. If I feel like this is just more not just, but more, it's, I think The feminine's good. She just has to have faith in herself, trust her gifts, trust her talent, trust her abilities to overcome things. Okay, the Nine of Cups is right there with the Two of Pentacles. Your wish is coming true. The Eight of Swords, Two of Pentacles. So two things coming together and unifying through authenticity, which is unconditional love. So you get your wish that that abandonment, right, is out of here, because two things that create that third energy, that vortex, are coming together. Two Pentacles in the physical. Okay, whenever I see Two Pentacles, I feel like that's, oh, and there was a Nine of Cups. Now I put it all together. Oh well. And there was the Fool there. So Nine of Cups, the Fool, Two of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. So when we're a true authentic self, we're very adaptable. We get what we want. We know we can have what we want. We can just manifest it. You know, there's no abandonment when the universe and God are constantly loving you and supporting you and wanting you to be prolific and fruitful and abundant. And, okay. There is no such thing as abandonment. Oh, Eight of Wands. So this is really kind of like the main overall. I was really feeling like this swiftness coming in. I wouldn't say the main, the unifying energy with like all the different things that are happening. A swiftness, a quickness, a quickening. So whenever the feminine, you doubt your gifts, your abilities, or you start going into the 3D about your weight, your looks, your whatever, finance, whatever, okay, the stress of being a parent, whatever, you start slipping into the 3D, bring yourself back, snap back quickly with okay, so this quickening is helping you to rubber band, snap back quickly, boomerang right back to knowing, okay, the High Priestess, this card is saying, at the center of your being, you have the answer, you know who you are and you know what you want. Okay, so keep coming back to that, keep choosing, re-choosing, reselecting, keep hitting select, okay, keep clicking on that. Okay, your mouse goes off astray, string goes black, get it back on there, okay, get back on track, right back to trusting your faith, okay, trust that your faith is strong and unwavering. Don't let your mind trick you that it's strong and unwavering. So have trust in your faith. So quickly get back there. Have faith in yourself, your gifts, your intuition. The masculine, have faith that even though maybe the progress is slow, it looks slow in the 3D, that it's still progress. Okay, like when you're losing weight, you're only going to drop a couple pounds, 3, 4. If you're doing it right, you're only going to drop a couple pounds a week. Okay, that's all you should be. You shouldn't be losing more than a couple pounds a week, or you're probably not doing it in a healthy, balanced way, the way you should be. So, you know, it takes a long time to build up all this conditioning, brainwashing, whether it's, and you can see it as physical, weight, disease, all that. So it takes a while to heal too. We have to surrender to the process. We can't be impatient and just want things now, and that includes healing. But know that it's always here for you to tap into, so that no matter what it looks like in the 3D, this manifested version of it in its full bloom already exists. It's just you're encroaching, always encroaching on it. You're coming up to it, okay? It exists for you in this timeline, okay? So you can always tap into that, visualize that. And for the feminine, you just need to quickly get back into the driver's seat. You know, when you slip into ego of doubting your, I feel more of it's a doubting your gifts, your intuition, your abilities, okay, your creative gifts. creative gifts in bringing finances, revenue in. Okay, so have faith in yourself, trust your gifts, your intuition, all that. Masculine, just have faith in the process, surrender to it, know that, just hold strong and know that you're making progress and you see it. So know that timeline, that King of Pentacles, even though you're at the Knight of Pentacles, that King of Pentacles is already sitting there waiting for you, existing. Okay, and you can tap into the ether of that as encouragement to keep going forward. Okay, and get right back into that positive attitude quickly, because that can start bringing you down and getting you stuck and stagnant, and we want to keep moving forward. And the feminine's in a good place. It just, if you start slipping into doubt, or your 3D, your 3D versus 5D connection with your twin, you start thinking too much about the karmic or their family or geographical distances and religious pressures and all that. Stop. Just boom, 8 of Wands. Get right back to what you know. You know the truth. Get back to it quickly. Okay. And masculine, tap into this timeline that already exists for you quickly. Whenever you start getting impatient with your progress, how slow it may seem at some time, okay? At sometimes. So, have patience, okay? Masculine, and that's in both of us, okay? Men and women, but just have patience with yourself and hold strong. And know that this is already existing for you and you're making your way towards that, okay? Enjoy the journey, right? It's beautiful. You have to walk it. That's the struggle, is that you have to walk it. No one can walk it for you. That's the struggle. That's the 5. That's the challenge. That's the adversity, is that you have to surrender to yourself and walk that path. But see how beautiful and it's narrow, but look how beautiful and pure it is. Look at how expansive everything else around it is. See, when you walk the wide path, the walls close in on you. When you walk the narrow, pure path of the righteous, look at how expansive. You can just see everything all around you, 360. So, okay. That's the tarot part. I know I repeated myself a lot at the end, but it's really important. The message that the 8 of Wands was bringing to each twin, or each aspect, the feminine and masculine aspects, because this came out again, and so did the High Priestess. So, I think it applies to both twins, but because the High Priestess and that both came out, for the feminine, that's what it's applying to, is just maintaining that faith in yourself, that, have the courage to express yourself creatively, your intuitive gifts, all that. No matter if you were raised Catholic and your family's going to call you a witch doctor, whatever, okay? That's the thing that keeps making us doubt that, because it's the voices of others that those seeds of doubt were planted, okay? This is the reprogramming. We have to get rid of all that, flush all that out, okay? Reprogram using God's help. I can do anything. The High Priestess knows certain things without question. That's what I really pray for the Divine Feminine Collective, is that my mouth is getting dry. I need to drink some juice. Juice water. Actually, I just made some tea, some black tea with like mango essence, and I'm going to add that to some organic mango lemonade, and it's going to be so good. It's like those half and half Arizona iced tea, but my version, like gourmet and organic. So I never really had that problem. I mean, with other people just in the public, or, whatever, on YouTube, just viewers or something, that occasionally, but not with my family, because, maybe my dad a little bit, because he went to the dark side. So, I see him waver back and forth. I'm like, I don't have a problem with the dad, because I never had a problem with the dark side like he has. So, but yeah, he values my opinion and what I'm picking up on with what's going on and everything. So, other people may trust you, and maybe you'll see evidence of that if you're doubting yourself and you want evidence, and pray for some evidence that someone else trusts your advice, opinion, perspective, your psychic gifts, dreams that you have, So, and if you do that with yourself, you'll see that others, you'll see that reflected from others trusting you and your gifts as well. And I trust my gifts, and I see that reflected. So I want that. I pray for that for the Divine Feminine Collective, okay? And the feminine energies within the masculine twins, okay? Really trust that your intuition, your gifts, okay? Your creative gifts, all that feminine stuff, the dreams, okay? Your ability to love unconditionally, the strength it takes to do that. Right? Is that Queen Elizabeth with that rough color? Yeah, it's definitely Queen Elizabeth. Yeah. So, very much that Queen of Swords energy getting from that, the Strength card. So, we had, Two of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, right? So, the world, the universe, God, your higher self, your team's always here helping you to be more centered, balanced, adaptable, to have a beautiful human experience. So we need to know that we're never alone. Okay, that Eight of Swords, we're not abandoned, we're never alone, we're never a ship out at sea, just, with no tools to guide us home. What does this say? Happiness, excuse me, happiness is not in the mere possession of money. It lies in the joy of achievement, in the thrill of creative effort. Franklin D. Roosevelt. Creative effort, okay? Your creative gifts, okay? All men and women, masculine, feminine, tap into that High Priestess, Empress, Goddess energy within, that divine feminine energy within that, and that creative juice, okay? That's really going to help with a lot of stuff. Depression, your cooking, your everything. Apply it to your body, your weight workout, your workout routine, all of it. So, yeah, get creative in your efforts. And then you can never cross the ocean unless you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. It's kind of like you have to be lost in order to be found. You have to feel abandoned in order to know that you were never alone. It says you can never cross the ocean unless you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. It's Christopher Columbus. That's a good quote, though. Letting go. That's that fool, taking that leap of faith. And know that that wind in your sail, those sails, that's God, your team helping. You'll have the help and the guidance and the tools. You won't be abandoned. Okay, so take that leap of faith like the fool does, and start off on that path. And all the mistakes that we make too, it's beautiful, taking accountability for it. Wow, that's beautiful too. It shows such growth and maturity, and so taking accountability for our issues. We have to be able to let go and journey out into the unknown and discover who we are and what life's all about. We're going to have everything we need to stay balanced, okay? We're going to have our needs met. You trust in God. But you have to surrender and let go. And know that you have assistance. That's another thing. If you're not trusting in yourself, if you believe in God, you have faith in God, you know God's in charge, you have full faith that God knows all, all that, then you should have faith in yourself. Because God gave you these gifts and you're not having faith in those gifts, so that's saying you're not having faith in God. So you need to have faith in yourself, that God created, and the gifts that God created that were instilled in you. Not just the creative gifts, but the knowing, okay? The gifts that help keep you out of danger and away from the stuff that's going to distract you on your path, okay? If you allow it. Look at the star. That came up in everyone too. The high priestess and the star. Right? If you just trust in God, you can't fail. Alright? So I was just saying, like, so that star card came back again. Good things are on the horizon. All you have to do is reach up and grab it. It's right there. It's not even on the assembly line or anything. It's shining new, sitting on the, just waiting for you to grab it. That's the energy I feel right now. Everything's just ripe for the picking. But you have to take that first step towards it. Those juicy mangoes ain't got legs. They can't walk to you. You gotta go get it. But it's just sitting there hanging on that tree waiting for you just to... And it's so honored. It's so pleased that it gets to fulfill its destiny and be in your tummy. And then become another treat with the seed. Or some mango butter and slather that all over your body. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, we love mango butter. Okay, so I love you guys. Blessings to you all, and peace be upon you all. Enjoy this solar eclipse, which is just, like I said, this energy, like the strength card is really just representing that, the strength of stillness, okay? The stature and majesty of the lion, the proud, the chin, the big chest, the chin up high, you know, the pride of the lion, not the roar. So it's there for you all to tap into. I wish you blessings and abundance with it. I love you all. And I will see you in the oracle portion. Ciao, babies.